Hello, everyone, and welcome to session 58 of Aneria, the Shattered Realm. Hi. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back.
Sorry, I'll bring my energy down.
For those of you watching this, it actually hasn't been that long since we released the last episode, but that's because we've been waiting to release these episodes in batches. So it's been a long time for us, not so long for you. But welcome back. We're very happy to be back in the saddle, as it were.
It's like when you bake cookies, because if you bake just one batch, it's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
You got to bake like 30.
You got to bake
them all.
At least
30
58.
batches of cookies.
Do you run a bakery?
No, but if I did, you'd know.
Yeah. Do we have an advertisement? And if you need 38 batches of cookies.
Preston is actually a Girl Scout.
Yep.
Oh, yep, my daughter is soon.
Uh-huh. Figured. That's what it is. Trying to get those Samoas pushed.
We could smell the coconut on
Who
you.
wants
It would be hilarious to put out like an order form on the YouTube channel for Girl Scout cookies.
Help my daughter win a limo ride, guys.
She hasn't even paid her first.
I actually won that in elementary school.
Really?
Yep, selling chocolate bars.
Nice.
Okay.
I won the only competition I ever won was like a Dare reimagine the logo design competition thing, and I won like some jazz paraphernalia. So.
Like a
I
bong
won
and
the science fair.
Oh.
I went to state.
Was this the kid science fair project that you were helping with him with a couple weeks ago?
No, he did not win.
Oh, okay. Really? Procrastinating to the last night did not help him win?
Shocking. But he
Staying
got
up till
all the
2 in the
points, and that's all I cared about. He goes,
Really? You went all the way to state, huh?
yeah, I did.
Did you win state?
No.
So what you're saying is you're not great, you're just good.
I would say mediocre at best, honestly, especially when it comes to science.
Yeah, when it's like a kid science fair project.
what was the... Did you have to do a different science fair project for each, or was it the same one that you just kept moving along?
The same one.
What was it?
Can you imagine? Sorry, I don't. Like, I get why you asked the question,
Okay.
but it would be hilarious to be like, okay,
Yeah.
but you can't use
Here's
this
the thing
one
I did
again.
win
The first
is I
one
did
was
win
it?
state reflections. Do you remember the reflections contest?
Oh, yeah.
That was like an art
Oh,
contest.
yeah.
I did win state at that. But no, it was so... And I did procrastinate on this project. So maybe if I had put in more time, I could have won state for a science fair.
Need apply yourself written on your.
But you know how, yeah, right? How there's that
science of
like
procrastination.
theory that like there's different like zones on your tongue that like taste different things.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's completely false, by the way. But like when we were kids,
Oh yeah, that was
like a thing,
Yeah.
right? Like this zone is bitter, this one is sweet. So I got all of these like cups
Which is
of
like the easiest thing to test. Sweet?
Don't.
Okay,
Hey,
yeah.
she's telling you how she did it, and you're saying it's easy. You're discounting her whole thing.
Well, she didn't win state, so...
Continue.
Okay, so it was a group project. It was me and my mom.
Yeah.
Weird
As
how
always.
history repeats
Yeah.
itself. So we got these like cups of like different things. So we had like coffee for bitter. We had like I don't know, something like lemon juice for sour that would like fit all of those categories. And then we had people come over, our neighbors, and I would like I would put it on different areas of their tongue.
Yeah.
And be like, does this like can you taste this more strongly or not?
Yeah.
And then like did the results.
Which
Like,
it's interesting
calculating.
because you would also like if you were trying to do the most proper, you would do like a mouthwash between each of the tests too, because otherwise you're
palate
like
cleanse.
you're just adding like extra bitter on top
yeah.
of bitter.
Well,
you know,
and we
that
very
kind
well
of thing.
could have. I just
Yeah.
don't remember.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you did it wrong. I'm just saying like that
What
like
did
would
you
be
get
part
for
of it.
umami?
Monosodium.
They just
Mushrooms.
They just took a little bit of steak
No,
and just
what would be an umami? What is like an? I'm trying to think of something that's like classic umami. Like no soy sauce kind of has an umami flavor because that's like it's like
mushrooms.
savory.
Mushrooms.
Truffles?
and Truffles
I don't
or
would an
beef.
au jus?
An au jus.
Would an au jus sauce be an umami?
Probably.
Monosodium glucosamate.
MSG.
Make shit good.
Yep. Well, sorry you didn't win state.
It's okay. Like I said, I won state for lots
Exactly.
of other things.
Yeah, and
in
you
my
got
life.
to stay with the science fair project. That's better than everybody else in this room who has not said that they also went to state with the science fair project.
Guys,
so
it's okay.
I've
It's
went
okay.
to state. Idaho, Montana,
We're talking about something
Nevada.
different.
I brought
Bless you.
mine.
I've been to those states.
When you got your limo ride, did you go out the top and say, "I'm Willy Wonka"?
No.
Richie Rich. It
Che-
would have been Richie Rich at that
Apparently,
time.
apparently cheese is considered umami.
Really?
Along with tomatoes.
Ugh. Tomatoes,
But just
no way.
in general,
Water.
meat, fish, mushrooms.
Well, yeah, you said that it's funny how your mom helped you and you helped your son.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about how you had to help your son with my mom today, and she goes, "Oh yeah, I remember that," and then like looked at every single one of her kids in turn. So
It's just something we do.
it's the way it is. Life
I don't know.
repeats.
I know, but then it goes back to that thing we were talking about of trying to help your kids be independent, and it's really hard to like let them fail.
Especially if it's something that like defines them moving forward, right? Like school, if they fail, they have to repeat stuff, and then that it holds them back further, and it's a hard balance to make.
I don't know if they hold people back very easily anymore.
I mean-
it is pretty. They want to push people along pretty.
True.
They would not want to
strongly.
hold my son back. They're
Hi.
like, 1 year is enough.
How's it going? Did you miss all this? The random conversations. This isn't a D&D podcast. We're just rambling. But yeah, welcome back.
Give us a like, comment, and subscribe if you also have kids that wait till the last
Now
second.
for the musical
Or if you
portion.
are a kid that waits till the last second.
Or an adult. that
Actually,
waits
put a
till the
comment
last
in and
second
tell us
to
how
wait.
far you got with your science fair
Yeah,
project.
did you go to state?
You know what?
Did you take it away from Torrey?
We should do
Probably not.
a new
Probably
contest.
much
We should
older
do
than
an Aneria, a D&D
Science
science
fair.
fair project.
Ooh.
That would be interesting.
Tell me, does this love prick blink for science?
For science.
How do you feel?
How do you feel?
We're gonna put a little bit of love potion on every different part of your tongue, and you just tell me when it kicks in, okay?
Tell me when you feel enamored.
Because that is true.
Ooh,
in
it tastes
D&D.
like
there's
umami.
a specific part of your tongue that the potion like works better on if you just manage to get it only on that part of the tongue.
That's very difficult, though.
Yeah, exactly.
You probably
It's
have
like-
to
Unless you're in the
incapacitate
desert and
someone
thirsty
first.
and nothing.
Yeah, you have to roll like a nat 20 on your potion drinking check, which I don't make you guys roll because it's it's just extra faff that we don't need. So
We don't need that.
yeah. But welcome back, everybody. We're very excited to be here. Like Scott said, like, comment, subscribe. There's a Patreon where you can get these episodes early and you can get them ad free. It's just a couple bucks if that's kind of your thing. And thank you, Syrinscape, for wonderful sound effects. We're not a sponsor, but sometimes you explode. We do appreciate having them, and they can give you cool sound effects for
Cool
yours.
explosions.
That was a gun. Don't ask me why I have gun sound effects tonight. That's
What?
But let's not talk about tonight. Let's talk about last time first.
Let's talk about what we're gonna do next session.
Yeah, next session. You know,
Corey
we're
enters like
skip-
clairvoyance
yeah.
mode. His eyes roll back in his head. He's like,
Let's see. Oh, hang on.
Preston
I
will
have
make
to
a
give
pun. Scott will
3
interrupt
more
me.
dice to Torrey for this session. I'm predicting
Got
it
a
now.
Nice little stash here.
You know what? I am predicting it now. I'm going to put 3 right here, and we'll see if that
Really?
ends up being the amount.
Did the they them get put over here
Yeah,
for me
Corey
on
put on the wrong
purpose?
thing. No.
We set everything up. I had to set everything up quickly when our friends came over for Saturday game night. And I guess I put the walls up wrong. You have to remind me tonight.
Corey was
okay?
sitting where you were sitting, so he needed the reminder. That's why he did it.
Even though there's no fault in that game.
Nope.
Yay, perfect. Wonderful. So last time the party met up at their airship and had basically a racing competition. They got into a little bit of combat against the Brotherhood of Neve, which they handily beat without
There's a
too
little
much
touch and go
difficulty.
there for a second.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was a couple rounds. I was very surprised at how well you did. So congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah. And then you also.
Saying, we're going to win the race. We're going to win the race.
Yes. There's $1 million at stake. $1 million gold. No, we didn't do any betting. I've learned my lesson.
Pistachio.
Um,
I like this line.
and you also, Fred got to meet Captain Fondahill. Have a fun little time with him. And then you reached
What's the name of his ship again?
the Cutting Edge.
The Cutting Edge.
Yes. And then you reached the goal of this race, where you're supposed to find this derelict airship and get some salvage off of it, and then race back. And whoever gets the best piece of salvage within 72 hours.
Didn't we see the ship that Ezra's sister was? Because it says we decided to help Ezra's sister on the Bog. A ship named the Bog.
Oh yes. Yeah, that was the ship that was being attacked.
Entangled,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was Ezra's sister and the druid from the marshlands. If you remember.
Oh,
her.
sorry. Yeah, Frozen Bog. Sorry.
Yeah, the
her
Frozen
full name.
Bog. It was their ship. They kind of and they said they'd assist you, but they were trailing behind. So you ran off ahead, chasing after the cutting edge, and you ended up finding the derelict ship, as well as the trade barge from the Merchants Guild that was already being attacked by a familiar black and blue metal that you all remember from when it infected Bolt, infected their other body. I got it right. I didn't need it tonight. I'm on my own. The training wheels are off. And
Now, just to clarify, I don't just correct him during the game. We'll be out talking in a car, and Cory will be like, "What would Bolt like to do? What would he?" I'm like,
every
"Dang
time.
it! Why can't I get this?"
My brain is too binary, apparently. So
No, it's because Scott goes by he, him.
yeah.
And you associate Bolt with
It's
Scott.
true. Actually, so we've been playing a game together recently, a video game, and there's a lizard folk character in there, and I kept saying he, and Scott would have to correct me to she, and because I thought the character was he for the longest time, and so like after like a day of him correcting me, he goes to the wiki and looks up and he goes, "Oh, it's a he." I was like, I knew it. I knew I was right.
It's like
Which is funny because I don't think the game actually says.
It's like watching anime. Half
If
the
you
time
look at
can't
their
tell if
profile,
they're
it's the
girl or
first
boy.
like sentence.
It's a really pretty boy.
Really pretty boy.
There's nothing wrong with a pretty boy
According to parrots, that's true.
Pretty boy.
or Lizzo.
I do love me some Lizzo.
But let's go ahead and actually dive right into it, because there is a little bit more about that ship that you guys found that caused Bolt to accelerate towards it at a faster, more reckless pace and get your ship also trapped in this arc-phage as well.
You've had one job.
Whoops.
You know, actually, I was quite glad for that. Usually it's us
You
causing
getting-
troubles.
He is human. I mean, they are human.
Oh, dear. I thought you said...
Well,
Everything about that first sentence was
we've
wrong.
been over what makes a person, and
Yeah.
We have. We know very distinctly.
Actually, we don't know about this form. Bolt has never showed you their backside in this
We've
form.
asked multiple times.
Exactly,
to
yeah.
see your
Come
ball.
on. Proud.
just moon us, please.
We need to know. So let's go ahead and get started with a little bit of a description here. This ship that it floats before you is listless and still among the expanse of the astral plane. Its long and narrow hull is made from an unfamiliar wood, colored a deep and rich purple. It blends in against the background of black and stars beyond it, making it hard to gauge its full size. Dark, shiny metal adorns the ship in bands, stretching underneath from port to starboard and back again, its inky blackness almost rippling as you look at it. The ship is covered in the stuff from the railing to the point at the bow, and even to what looks like the helm of the vessel. From underneath the ship, you glimpse a gentle glow of light from a massive amethyst-looking crystal. The light sputters and fades to near nothing before slowly growing in brightness in an ominous flicker over and over. There isn't any apparent propulsion visible outside the ship, no balloon like the merchant vessel nearby, or propellers or magic spewing thrusters like the Wayward Wanderer has. Its means of movement are completely foreign. In addition to the bands of black metal, you see that there are also veins of an even darker metal with blue streaks running through it, this arc-phage that you have seen before, crawling across the ship like veins. Basically from the bottom, reaching up towards the top deck, where a shimmering purple shield of magic has surrounded the entire top deck and sealed it off from view. The on-vessel slowly rotates around, its bow coming into view with the light of Aneria's sun. The name is written on the side in an elegant hand-painted silver script that sparkles when illuminated. The Quinn's Gambit. This is the ship of Bolt's maker. The reason why they have so recklessly rushed forward and gotten trapped by this quicker moving archphage than expected.
Yes. Yeah, because it kind of like lanced out at us and caught the ship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it looks like it has done the same to the merchant vessel as well. I think I said that was the only two that were there.
Yeah.
Because you guys beat back the Brotherhood of Neve vessel. The other ones haven't arrived yet. Yeah. So, actually, in fact, while you are like trying to pull the ship away from the archphage as it starts to like crackle along the surface, the cutting edge zips in right behind you, basically, and starts heading towards the ship itself.
Fred, can you get on Gearhawk and warn them to not get near?
Will Gearhawk work in these conditions?
You can always try.
Gearhawk!
He waddles on over.
May I mount you?
Consent is important, guys.
Yes,
all right?
Even for the creature that you literally created for the purpose of riding. Yes.
Onward!
Yeah. So you get on Gearhawk. He flaps his wings once, which still work, despite this being the astral sea or the astral plane, whatever you want to call it. And he takes off towards the cutting edge, quickly intercepting it because they're moving towards you as you're moving towards it. And the captain kind of gives you this shake of the head and he goes, I really thought I had you there. But why are you coming to greet me? Isn't the prize that way?
Do not.
Do not.
Do not.
Goodbye. What?
He looks back at Tellus and kind of gives a shrug and he goes, do you have a reason for that, or is it just do not?
Your ship will not work.
Are you just trying to keep us away from the prize? Is this a tactic
I'm
of sorts?
simply trying to help you.
Did you tell them about the medal? As loud as I can. There's I have a mega amplified megaphone.
Are you so Fred is purposely being vague here.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and roll. Let me roll an insight check on good old Mr. Fondahill here, Captain. Sorry. He chuckles and he goes, I'm not afraid of a little bit of spiky metal. Our ship is more than enough to get around it. Tellus, take us in. And the cutting edge, as Bolt watches after you shout, did you tell them about the metal? The cutting edge goes and starts rushing towards the ship, only to have another spike of archphage slam right through its hole and up basically through the entire thing, spearing out the top. And then you hear a faint, holy shit.
Did try to warn you.
Next time, tell us what's going to happen.
I said do not.
All right, so you are...
Some learn by doing.
Yep. You are bound here. The archphage is starting to rush forward, and the crew of the ship, along with Ava, is... it's been 4 weeks, whatever. I've even been practicing her name, and I've forgotten it. I think it's Ava. Ava Maria. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ava.
Yeah. Ava. A-E-V-A.
Yeah.
I like that, actually. She rushes forward with the rest of the crew, and they start, hacking at the metal as it starts, creeping along. Yeah. Just coughing at it.
It recoils? Yeah. I don't want to get sick. I'm the contagion, not you.
It's like bullying a bully, fighting fire with fire.
Viruses with viruses.
Yeah. They start chopping at the metal, trying to push it back. And in fact, Hafis steps forward and his little electric, he's in his little walk around servitor form. And he starts arcing lightning at it. And the lightning seems to have more of an effect. It's pushing it back further and further. It seems like whatever components Hafis is made of is almost is similar to Bolt, almost antithesis to.
Yeah. I'm casting doing the lightning lure, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that pulls. Can I use lightning lure but not choose to pull them?
I think, does it say you may choose?
They must succeed on a strength save or be pulled.
I mean, yeah, it's fine. We're in Kooky Duke's fantasy mode right now, so which also known as story mode.
Kooky Dukes.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can drive it back, Ava turns to you and she says, "What is this stuff?"
It appears to be archphage. It's a type of metal that, as far as we know, just infects other metal.
You actually know that it infects people as well, because you fought a crew of people who had been basically infected and zombified almost.
Don't let it touch you. It can affect people as well.
Right.
It turns them into mindless creatures under its control.
Terrifying.
Yeah,
But no different than a lich, I suppose.
I guess. Yeah. That's actually where we got this ship. It was
From a lich?
no.
Oh, that was the Archphage.
That was the
I don't think
other
so.
ship.
yeah, it's
Ezra has that ship. Ezra, right?
yeah. That's a different adventure.
The top of the pyramid went bloop, it flipped over, and then they fly around.
It's just a freaking.
It's like the Illuminati
It's
pyramid.
a goa'uld.
Mothership.
Stargate.
Yeah, a Hatak.
Is it a Hatak? I thought Hataks were the transport ships, but
No, those are different.
okay. What do we do then? What's the plan? Do we just try and rip this stuff off of the ship and hope that it doesn't infect us?
If anyone has any ideas, I'm up to hear them. My plan was to assist the Queen's Gambit and its owner, its captain, which is my creator.
I'm headed in!
This is gay.
Fred has just been... She hasn't heard any of that conversation.
Of course. Yeah. So
I'm
I will claim the boat as our own!
I'm gonna react like I'm gonna stop you, but be careful, because I know I can't stop.
okay. Give me an appropriate check for trying to navigate Gearhawk through this. As basically Gearhawk gets close enough, the phage starts rapidly spiraling out in spikes to try and catch your bird as well.
What do you think? Dex or intelligence?
Animal handling, if you got it, would be good too.
Animal handling would be good. I think a dexterity check is pretty good. Yeah, give me a dexterity saving throw. We'll call it that.
Performance,
Performance.
performing aerial maneuvers.
As long as she's
I mean,
doing...
I would like performance.
Sure, performance works fine. Because you have proficiency because you have your golden voice now. Or your banshee voice.
Yeah.
You can't touch me. She's like,
That's an 18.
18. Yeah, so you start spiraling in. Gearhawk starts weaving through the individual spikes as they are trying to get you. Some of them rear up in front of you and you can't avoid them. And you let out a brief banshee shriek and shatter them as you go racing on through. As soon as they break off from the mass, you watch as the metal starts to kind of jag its way down back to the main body. So it's not that it's just breaking off and then flying away. It looks like it is still living even when it's apart from the body.
So this is the part where we cue the immigrant song. And-
Finally.
But you do make it to the hull of the ship. Are you going? Where are you trying to go on the ship itself?
I want to go where there's that magical barrier.
Okay. Yeah. So you go scaling up the side, basically, kind of skimming along, dodging and weaving across the.
Fred looks so cool right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah, everyone has stopped fighting back, and they're just like,
Yeah, two of the crewmen get the two of the minotaurs with you get infected by archphage because they just can't look away. No, I'm just kidding.
push them off the side.
What?
Tell your boss.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, the name's Fred. So you come skimming up over the magical barrier, and as soon as you hit it, Gearhawk full on. You don't even touch the barrier, and Gearhawk just woof, repels away. And so you go spinning and spiraling out to about say 200 meters before you can finally regain control and start spinning back around. Of course, at this distance, you're not being attacked by any phage, but it definitely repelled you pretty much immediately as soon as you got within the area of the barrier.
The barrier.
area.
Yeah, that's why I tried to rhyme it there. Yeah.
The barrier on the derriere of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Do we see all that? Are we able to see all this? I'm assuming we're close enough.
In extreme detail. Because Fred is so cool right now.
John, give me that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
She asked her patron to allow you to see it in like telescopic vision and cinematic vision. It costs you like 2
I
years
used
of
the
your life.
spyglass. Guess what? Now I have a black ring around.
Oh
my
no!
eye.
It just
still on there.
sinks into into your mass.
Oh yeah, because it's the
You're still a liquid body.
non-Newtonian fluid.
Yeah.
Fred, are you okay?
Yes.
Can I get more than that?
No.
All right then.
Gearhawk looks ready to go in for another dive bomb at the shield, but it's up to you whether or not you want to indulge him or not.
I'm just wondering if there's. I don't want to like break the barrier by any means.
Yeah, don't run stuff into barriers. It never ends well.
Is that right?
At least for the barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You end up smashing and crunching yourself into a flat pancake.
I meant more. Aneria had a barrier around it before I ran in.
That. I was thinking
tried.
expanse doors and corners, kid.
To use array
Okay, yeah.
of disintegrate.
Okay.
But just like big enough for me to get through in the shield. Because it says that you can use it on a creation of magical force.
Okay. So you're not trying to shatter the shield,
No.
which is what a disintegrate would typically do to something like a bubble of force or an invulnerability sphere. Give me an epic die, because we're gonna burn through them tonight. So what happens is you spur Gearhawk on, and this time you're not doing any dodging or weaving.
Okay.
Instead, you just start spinning because that's a neat trick.
Yeah,
You just start slowly doing a barrel roll, faster and faster and faster, and the arcphage starts coming up, and then you just activate the eye, and it starts burning through the arcphage faster than it can like reach you.
Ooh.
And in fact, like it hits, and you kind of like dissolve it down the line a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it starts hitting the shield and burning until there is a nice like clean little hole of magic that pops off and then fades away to nothing. And then you go slamming right through it into the top deck.
Superhero and
Perfect.
Yep. Okay, this is going to be very interesting. You land on the top deck, and you land into this this scorched like wooden planks. There's debris everywhere, and there is a man standing there with. He's got kind of like dark brown hair. He's got a sort of an open tunic jacket on, a kind of an open half skirt. And in this kind of like rich purple color. He has a little bit of a goatee and a mustache. One of his arms is normal. The other one appears to have been cut off about right here. And in its place is it looks like almost like a star field, but there is like lightning running through it at this time, hitting from like star to star to star to star, almost making, as if it were a...
Constellation.
No, I was gonna. That's right, but I was gonna say the other thing. Where you trace the
Dot to dot.
Yeah, you do the what do they call that? The little thing where you do like 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5.
Dot to dot.
Is it just dot to dot? I swear it had a
Yes.
different name.
Dot, dot, dot. Paint by numbers.
No.
I've always known it as dot to dot.
Dot,
too.
dot, yeah. You start at 1 and
He
end
doesn't
at
say
whatever
that.
number.
Sorry, I do believe you. I just want to know if
the printer could do it.
if there's another name for it. Connect the dots.
Connect the dots.
Yeah. Sorry, like a connect the dots.
Not
That's
like
what I used to
connect
call it.
forward.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. Fair.
And he is currently like using that arm to
Potato patchouli.
blast this weird little like psionic lightning up and through this gigantic mechanical or half mechanical giant. You can see that basically this thing looks like almost like your typical sci-fi cyborg, where it's a giant of a person and then like half the face is just like robotic and metal, and they have like a chainsaw for one hand and a hammer for the other, and they look like their flesh has been torn away and replaced piece by piece with this different metal stuff. And
That's sitting next to him?
that is what he is shooting this magical energy at, the psionic lightning at. And it's kind of stumbling back, and it gives him enough of a breathing room that he turns to you, and he's a very handsome man. And he goes, hi. You got through the shield. That's bad. Who are you?
Hello. Pleasure to meet you. The name is Fred Dragonsbane. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Quinn, just a second. And he snaps his fingers as the hammer is coming down and it stops a foot away from him and just freezes for a moment. He's like, we have a bit of time. Well, how'd you get through? Who are you? What are you doing here and why?
Okay, so real quick question. Has Bolt talked about Quinn to Fred before?
That would be, I would think so.
Probably no further than
my creator's name.
He's my creator.
Yeah.
Here's his name. I probably didn't go into detail of here's what he looks like, or here's how he acts.
When we went toward the ship, did you say anything about my ship?
I think it was basically something like, we have to help Quinn.
Yeah.
Type of thing. And then I pushed John out of the way, or whoever it was.
Uh-huh.
It was
flying
John.
the
ship, and I full speed ahead.
So given those two things, you can dot to dot.
Or connect
yeah,
the dots,
exactly.
if you will. Okay. Oh, well, I'm here because my friend Bolt said we have to help Quinn.
You know Bolt?
Yes.
Where is he?
They are...
I will say, Quinn does not mess that up. That is a DM thing. That Quinn definitely would not mess up that particular pronoun.
Actually, so when I played Bolt in the past, I went by he, him.
Oh, yeah. That's true,
so
I guess.
I'm going to say that's how Quinn knew Bolt.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, you say they, and he goes, all right.
Yes, well, they are on our ship. The Wayward Wanderer, just over there.
You see that the hole that you've made is starting to close and seal up, and he gives a quick peek out, and he goes, it seems like you're trapped too, huh?
Yes.
Okay. You need to get back out there. This guy's not going to last for long. I have to hold him off. You need to get down through the ship and clear it out. Have Bolt take every bit of this weird infection out of it, and then we can get back to work.
Well, then I have to go right now because I'm out of charges.
Bye. And he flicks his fingers and you go flying out through Gearhawk running after you, again spiraling basically the same way that you did last time. And then as you're leaving,
anime style out the window.
Yeah. As you're leaving, you get a glimpse through the shield just in time to see him take a step to the left and the hammer slam down and he goes right. Whoa! And then it closes before you can see what connects or anything.
What a man.
Shoot, Sky, you have an image of him, don't you? We have that commission. Or are you going to use the Hero Forge?
Man.
I gave you a commission for him, so.
I don't know.
I guess we can use that. It's fine. That's
Quinn.
That's Quinn. His arm doesn't always look like that, but that is what it looks like currently. Yeah. So
That's cool.
we maybe put up an image of it on as well. So. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you have the digital version now.
Yep, I do. So.
Say it now. What a man! What a man!
So the trajectory this time.
Missed you, buddy.
The trajectory this time takes you not just spiraling away. It actually perfectly arcs you back onto the top deck, and you you don't slam onto the top deck. Your momentum slows enough that Gearhawk gently lands down next to Bolt with a little dong dong dong.
What happened?
Quinn is in there fighting a giant thing. We have to eradicate the stuff down below. He said you could do it, and so let's go.
He didn't tell you anything else.
No, he actually kind of kicked me out.
I would say that's odd, but knowing Quinn, it's pretty much, yeah. Okay. How did you get? Apparently, he doesn't want anyone in the bubble, is what it sounds like.
No, he was quite impressed that I made it through, though.
Okay, I would imagine. We should talk about, but later.
Are you going to set me up?
Hold your horses. As in, remember the horse that you were holding last night.
And here I was going to make
just keeping
an
my
impregnable
options open.
Fortress joke.
Yeah.
You're now a horse girl.
It's true, yeah. That's how it goes.
That's how it goes?
Yep.
You fall in love with a horse.
Keeping my options open. What are we going to do?
He said that the Archphage was inside the ship somewhere.
Mm-hmm, down below.
Oh, great.
How do you propose that we fight this
Now,
Archphage?
do I remember what the ship is like?
He said Bolt could do it.
Yeah,
so-
you have a good
I want to make
schematic.
sure I'm not meta
Yeah.
gaming.
Yeah, you have a good schematic of what the ship is.
Oh, that's... Well, we better get started then.
Is it sentient?
The Archphage? I don't know. The ship? Maybe.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've been on it.
It could have developed, or it could have lost its
I
intelligence.
don't know.
Did you see me out there?
I did. It was quite the
Yes.
cartwheel.
You see the ring? While we were watching.
It's impressive.
Cartwheel. Yeah, the only thing that Locke cares about is the moment where you got blown out of the hole again.
Team Rocket's blasting off again!
Jesse. James.
blasting off at the speed of light.
Is that going to be your next campaign characters, Jesse and James?
That
but
would-
but,
Oh
that would
my
be-
goodness.
but not exactly the same. But you know,
Are you
just
going to
a
be
little
Meowth?
that's right.
Oh, great.
I'll be a cat person.
Very excited for this next campaign now. I have some things to
We
adjust.
have to destroy that arch nemesis, the 10-year-old boy.
10-year-old boy
With that stupid yellow rat.
Yeah. That was going to be... I had an idea for a couple's costume for a Terradel episode.
Oh
But
my
it was
gosh.
going to be you and me as Jesse and James, and then I was going to have Casey come down as Meowth, all reluctantly, to finish off the Meowth. That's right, and then run off. It was when I was like, I can get this together.
like with
in
an
time.
ill-fitting costume.
Yeah, just like very much. I hate you for this.
An actual child's costume.
But you're
Yeah.
Jesse, and you'd be James.
Oh, perfect.
Actually, I would be James, but I would also be cross-dressing. That's typically
That's
what
true.
James does.
Yeah, that's true.
I love it.
You gotta have the rose in your mouth too.
Exactly,
You always have the
yeah.
rose.
Like tuxedo
Yes,
mask.
we are both going full drag.
Perfect.
I've always wanted to be a chapel roan.
HOTDOGS.
The closest I get is chapstick Rome because I can't ever find it.
Say what?
What?
Sorry, I missed that. I was
said-
trying to process the hot dog spelling. I'm like, what? That's not how the song goes.
No, it doesn't. That's what my son
I
says.
said the closest that I get is chapstick Rome because I can't ever find it. But it was definitely not worthy enough to say again. And that's for sure.
I had to take Accutane when I was younger for acne stuff, and it dries you out bad.
Yeah.
Like I had chapstick everywhere. All over the car, all over the house, in every pants pocket. I probably bought like 50 of
What
them.
about your chapstick?
And it was constant all day
Lips
long.
are real bad.
Is that Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah.
Oh, I learned a fun fact. The part where Uncle Rico throws the steak at him and hits him in the face, that's real. He John
awesome.
Heater was like, "Do it. Just hit me in the face with the steak." And the guy was like, "Are you sure?" Okay.
right.
And so he throws it, hits him, and they get off the bike. So because he has to pick up his glasses that got knocked off. And who's the other Pedro goes, "I have to go," and he said that because he was gonna bust up laughing so hard that he needed to be off scene, and so he just ad-libbed, "I have to go," and then hopped on it and rode away so he could laugh.
Awesome.
Sorry,
That's great.
That's
I just saw a
epic.
clip of that.
So what is the plan?
Hafus,
Yes.
grab any.
Do
Grab.
we need some sort of conductor? You seem to be able to shoot the lightning. Maybe if we put like a lightning rod. Just a thought.
It's kind of actually the same road I was going down. If we could hook up some extensions to the power core, perhaps we could use it to try to drive the Archphage back.
That could work. That's a great idea, Fred. And then he skitters downstairs.
It was a very good idea, Fred.
So you're saying
You are full of great ideas today, apparently.
building a great
Thank you.
cattle prod.
Essentially, yeah. That's my idea. Is like if you can
That's a
if we can
great
bring up
idea.
some cable or some wiring or something that they can use to, each person on that stays on the ship can keep pushing it back and hopefully
Yeah.
keep it at bay until we can figure out what's going on.
I like that.
How did I? Oh, I thought I got an email from Clark Gable. I was like, how? Carly Gable.
Beyond the grave.
Yeah. So after a few minutes, Hafez comes back up and he's got some mystical wiring and a lightning rod like carrying in his weird little like electrical grabber arms, and he starts setting things up and he goes, I should be able to at least potentially immobilize it for a bit but it won't last forever.
We'll try our fastest to get it solved. If you
Excellent.
can, anything you can do to help the other ships as well. If maybe send, I kind of point to maybe, is there someone that would be able to get over to the other ships?
Donnerell.
Donnerell, is he on the ship? Still?
Donnerell is still on the ship. Yeah. He's probably fighting up here with you guys just because he's not one to like sulk when.
Donnerell, you can fly, correct?
No, I can't. The
Crap,
wings-
we need someone else.
Yeah.
You know how to fly that smaller ship, right?
Yeah, Donnerell hasn't been able to fly. He doesn't. He has basically like his
just
wings are
assumed.
mangled and
They
dead.
haven't
and,
healed up or anything.
Oh, like it doesn't appear like he looks any different. Like he there's something going on there that has
Poor
been.
Donnerell.
Yeah.
Sorry, you didn't mean to rub salt in the wound.
He's just like he goes over to the ledge to like look and he goes, I can't. You don't understand.
Damn.
That smaller ship still is in working order, right? Not being attacked by archphage yet.
Yep.
Can we use that to get close to the ship? You could also be on Gearhawk, of course, or because Gearhawk probably can't carry us all.
We could. Or if you don't mind.
Do we have the
passing-
broom? Do we have?
No.
No, that's right.
Yeah,
Because
'cause it's
it
part
turned
of-
into your like headless horseman now, not headless
Do
horseman.
you
I mean,
know if this...
Gearhawk probably could hold you if you do this.
That's true. I just depose and
Yeah.
get carried with his claws.
Does this archphage carry into the ether?
We've never seen it do
I
something like
could try and pull us into what do they call it? The ethereal plane. I can carry maybe 2-3 of us.
That might work.
Perhaps move through it, but I don't know if it would still impede our progress.
Do I remember if there is another entrance to the ship somewhere that I could get in, like maybe a hatch on the back or something like that?
There are a couple like cargo hatches and stuff on the bottom, obviously just kind of out of necessity for unloading and loading cargo. There's also a few like weapons hatches that you could
I want to
probably...
like run to the edge of our ship and like take a look and see if I can see one that's open.
Yeah. There's actually one that appears to have a little bit of like half of the hinges have been ripped off and it's just kind of sticking open a little bit.
Can you get us in there?
Yes.
Well,
Because according to this, like you can move in any direction.
what's the range?
It's for 8 hours, and range is 3 people, and you can move anything, but you can't see anything more than 60 feet away from you. It is on. You are on the ethereal plane and can only affect or be affected by other creatures that are on that plane.
So like shifts you into another plane and you can still see. Can you still see the plane you were originally from?
You can see it, but you can't. Like if you were to see a broom and you were on the ethereal plane and
can't
you push the broom, you
interact
can't push the broom over.
But like we could like
Yeah.
go into
Go
the
through
hatch
the
and then
hatch.
come out of it.
Yeah.
and then come out on the other side. Yeah.
I think that's
Basically,
the
like,
plan.
because you can only see 60 feet in front of you, you might have to, like, sextant measure it and get a good, like, heading before you head out, but it shouldn't be too difficult.
Okay. Is there anything any of you need to do before we go? We should probably get going. I have a feeling this might take a while.
Please hurry as fast as you can, Hafer says. As they're basically, like, he's got Ava and, we'll just say the dwarf, like, snatching cables up to him, and he's got, like, the lightning rod. He's like,
Gearhawk can help you. He has lightning blast.
oh, excellent. That will be a great way to charge. And what I mean
There's
by...
a port on his backside that you just hook the ship cable up to recharge him.
What I mean by what I mean by there's limited time, it's how long I can be the conductor of this. So please hurry.
Thank you, friend. Please, if it's too much for you, stop.
how did I do that?
A third arm.
Yeah, like lightning, little lightning hand. You're like, oh, okay. And then he turns and he goes, go ahead, Gearhawk. And Gearhawk leans forward and just hits him with lightning. And it kind of goes up through the rod and then comes back down through him and then blasts out against. And you just see all of like the archpages like crawling and creeping over everything, just like seize up and start to like slowly make its way forward. But basically it's using the same principles that you guys used on the old engine, except for you use time magic there to kind of enhance it. But it does look like it's slowing it, going through Hafis's like crystal and essence, essentially. So Donnerell says, if you guys are going to use the ethereal whatever, I'll take the ship over to the other ships and see if we can help.
Help them out and tell them what they need to do.
Of course. Good luck.
Thank you. And good luck to you.
Feel free to remind them that I did try to warn them.
Yeah, I will. And he goes onto the ship that removes his memories, and he's definitely not going to resist his memories being removed in some cases.
Maybe he'll be able to fly after this.
Yeah, it's all trauma. It's just it's a mental block, sure.
Well, if you're all prepared, may I have your hand? And he'll prick each one of your hands.
Careful with Faye when they ask for your hand. They may be literal.
Nothing comes out of mine, but I go, do you need some kind of like blood or something?
Sure.
I just like squeeze like a blob of clay or whatever.
Yeah.
That should be sufficient.
Perfect. And then he's going to cast etherealness.
I love the idea that Locke just like, that was just to get like samples.
Just get samples.
And then he just casts the spell.
And it 100% was. It wasn't.
Perfect.
There's no component that requires any blood. He was just straight up trying to
I'm definitely not going to roll an insight because I'm like, yeah, that sounds normal. You need our blood to help us out. Got it. Cool.
So, yeah, we just step into the inky blackness.
Yep. Basically,
we dubstep into it.
You all see each other kind of like turn a little like red and liquidy almost, and then all of a sudden you're in this sort of you're in this sort of area. It's not exactly like the ethereal plane like you would typically think about or read about. It is very much like there's just blood everywhere. And you're kind of like almost like swimming through it.
This is disgusting.
I thought Fred was going to say, this is pretty freaking metal.
Rock on.
All right, on the blood. Sweet.
Well, I told you we could make it here.
We can all talk through it, but it's like in bubbly.
Ew!
Actually,
so
like
gross.
full on, like there's a little bit of a coppery taste on your lips and tongue. Only certain parts of your tongue though that have
only
coppery.
The blood, the blood
coppery
section.
receptors. Yeah.
It's a little tiny section, and it's only on the sides.
But yeah,
Right,
you
when you bite
can
them.
talk like normal. You can move like normal. Obviously, you're like, kind of like floating almost. So it's not like you actually have to like swim through it. You're just kind of like flowing through it.
Locke's gonna take a foot like a what's his name, vision pose, and like just floating towards it.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's perfect.
I'll definitely Superman for fun.
Because it was either vision pose or it was Kane in front of you, and then you just like glide along. Yeah.
I know we've talked about this before, but
Mary
Vision
Poppins.
is the sexiest of all.
It's Paul Bettany.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
Hold on.
I find him attractive
people?
when he's not Vision.
Yeah. Really?
Not.
Of all people or all
I mean, in
robots?
the Knight's Tale, when you see his butt, that's
That does nothing for me.
It's because it's not a robot butt.
That's true. It's not a robot butt.
Something
Not a
about those
robot.
robot butts.
Robot.
It's not a
Robobots.
robot.
But like that first moment when he comes out in Age of Ultron and he doesn't have his clothes on yet. Yeah.
I mean, he never has his clothes on.
That's true. He just kind of like makes clothes, but they're still him.
Yeah.
So he's a robot.
It's like growing an
If he's
extra
battery
layer
operated, then it'd be Bob, battery operated boyfriend.
Coin operated boy. Anyway, the three of
You
you.
missed it, didn't you? The tangents. We know you missed them.
I really hope I cut that. No, I probably didn't. Knowing me, I'm winging it at this point. I'm just letting through whatever. Don't start swearing. You guys move your way through the ethereal plane, every now and then having to make like a course correction as you deviate and stuff, but it's not too difficult to navigate. And every now and then you do like pass through these lines of arcphage, and it tingles a little bit, but you don't like, it doesn't like affect you at all. But there's definitely like, it feels like it's almost trying to, but it can't quite breach. And then eventually you are at the hatch door and you glide your way inside.
Please don't tell me we're covered in blood.
As soon as you come out of it, you're all carried up. Yes.
Disgusting.
Mm-hmm. And your eye is out
Whose
of
blood is this?
everyone's.
It's hard to say.
I did that, but I have nothing to show for it. I don't know why.
Where does the blood go when Bolt eats it?
The whole way.
So gross.
And you without a disintegrate to burn it away.
Do you have prestidigitation?
Does somebody
No.
have prestidigitation?
I do.
Just on yourself.
Yep. You can do it on others. You
can, but he's not going to listen.
Would you mind? It's kind of slippery.
Yes, and I'm
Also
not really
sticky
sure
at
whose
the same time.
blood it
Yeah.
is. And how
To both of us or just to
he'll
both?
kind of just to both of you, and
And it doesn't.
you'll just
It
see
doesn't
kind of.
yeah, it doesn't like clear. It just like splats it against the wall.
With our outlines.
Yeah, with your outline. Locke's powers are weird, man. I didn't make him. Wait, yes, I kind of did.
You approved them at
Yeah,
least.
I approved him. Inside the ship, it's actually fairly quiet.
Do we see any arcphage in the ship at all? Like maybe like running along the corner of the walls or anything?
You see the arcphage everywhere. It's not this one. The stuff in here isn't moving, but it is definitely like infected the ship, and it seems to be like spreading out from basically in veins along the walls, along the floor, along the ceiling, that kind of thing.
Does it appear to react to us?
As you like step down, no, it doesn't. Whether that's because of Hafis basically running a current through the entire thing, or it's because of something else, you're not quite sure.
Okay, well, let's get moving. Do I know where I am on the ship?
Yeah, you're basically pretty much bottom deck in the cargo area. The closest area that you would be able to get to would be... Oh, I gotta pull up my...
I'm assuming that Quinn said it's in the ship, and it's probably, based on what I saw with the power source underneath, or at least the crystal, that it's probably affecting the ship's engine, essentially.
The closest thing that you are near, room-wise, would probably be the...
How many foyers are there?
The Wirewood Heart Room would be the closest room, which is the room where the magical wood that is infused in the ship that it's made of is basically created and processed.
Okay.
That would be the closest one.
Well, let's check out the Wirewood Heart Room. It's this way. I'll lead us over there.
Yeah, Wirewood, or if you want the other name for it, there is another name. It is... Ooh, wow, I don't know how you would pronounce that, Scott. I'm going to leave that to you. I'm going to send it over Discord, and you can...
Fluffernutter.
Fluffernutter. I love a good fluffernutter. Violani?
Biology. Biology.
Biology.
Send me that video.
I think so.
Viologene or Wirewood. One's the technical term, the other is the shorthand term.
Yes, I'll lead us there. So
Okay.
I'll head up.
So you start moving around the ship's decks, going up and through it. After about... I don't want that. I want this then.
I'm going to take the opportunity as we're walking to cast Mage Armor using my Staff of Defense.
Okay.
So just increasing my AC.
Perfect. You do eventually hear scraping of metal and other movement up ahead. You slow down and kind of look around a corner, and you see the three of you see Warforged.
What'd you see? Nothing else too fast.
Too fast. You see Warforged, much like Bolt's original chassis are, except for these ones have been twisted and mangled with arcphage. They have it running through their bodies pretty much completely, and their weapons have kind of fused to them in mangled ways, and they seem a bit more lifeless as they're patrolling the ship area.
Oh, poor friends.
Family of yours?
Of sorts. I'm, how do I explain, different than most of the Warforged that you will run into on this ship. You've met Helm, correct? Mm-hmm. At the tower. He's also similar to me, where, how did Quinn put it one day? We have
Special.
a spark of life is what he called it. That we both started, Helm and I both started out, and actually another friend of ours. Remember the little old robot that I got my memories from?
Fred wouldn't remember, but yeah.
But Torrey might.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I do.
Yeah.
The one who died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave up his life to
Yeah.
Cal.
Cal, yeah. Yeah, we started out like, well, the normal forms of those. And then, don't know how, but somehow we gained consciousness. Some theories have been thrown around that it's just a natural thing that happens when a magically infused object or item has been around for a long enough time. Or some also think that it might be either a soul or fragments of a soul that coalesce together and create that spark in something. You've heard of weapons that can speak to you, swords and axes and things like that.
Sure.
It's kind of rare, of course, but it's kind of the same thing, just slightly different. So most of these are autonomous. They take orders. They don't really have the same kind of level of consciousness that myself has. Unless things have changed. Like I said, it's been quite a while since I've been on the ship, but regardless, these seem to be infected with the arcphage, and if we can't avoid them, we should probably dismantle them at least.
Would everybody go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Was Fred with us?
Throw?
No, Fred wasn't with us when we got the ship. So
It was her. It was literally the first time that Fred was here.
Okay, yeah.
Was when you guys got.
And we fought that like the one spider thing.
It was it was like the steel predator thing, and
16.
17.
Dex save.
Yes.
A 2.
2. So there's this. You're talking and you're hearing like the scraping of metal come from the Warforged as they kind of patrol around the area, and then half a moment too late, you hear it also coming from above you, and you look up just in time to see this this thing. It's a mechanical thing with like 4 spidery legs and an orb of energy on top that bursts right as you look up. Those of you who made your saving throw and managed to like duck out of the way or drop down to the ground take 6 force damage, and then those of you who did not take 12.
I just literally get.
Yeah.
Ow.
This is you recognize this as
12 force damage?
Yes.
Oh, so I take half anyway.
Yeah, so you're good on that. You recognize this as one of the cleaner bots, but it's been infected with archphage basically, and then it starts to like rear up, getting ready to sound an alarm of sorts. So I'll let you guys react at this point. Now that you have, actually, we'll do an initiative roll to see if it acts before you, because that was technically a surprise round, and we'll see if you can react.
Come on, flesh dice, don't fail me now.
Ugh.
You failed me.
Give me a better than a 15. Anyone? No? Yeah? Lock? No? Okay.
I got a 4.
I'm trying to give confidence so my dice will stop rolling 3s.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what were the totals there? 4?
4 for me.
4.
9.
9? Okay. Wonderful start to the
Did you
rolls
make
this
the
evening.
save though on the dex?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
Yep. Somebody hand me a few pretzels. So the creature gets to go first. It does. The mechanical cleaner bot gets to go first. It does let out a
Creature is just all encompassing. Right?
yeah. It lets out like a ping that seems to come from one of the legs and carries down the veins in kind of an arc out of sight towards the Warforged, which start to like turn and react towards it.
Oh, great.
So they're probably going to be one round to get to you. I'm not going to do like a battle map for this quite yet. We're just kind of still in kind of theater of the mind moment here. But if you guys do feel the need for a battle map, we can switch it over at any time. We'll go ahead and say that it is Fred's turn now.
Okay, perfect. So I will.
Oh, actually, sorry. That was not its action. That was just a bonus action to do that. So let me go ahead and try and attack you first, okay? Is that okay?
No, that is not okay.
That was a 10 to hit you, so that's just going to miss.
Perfect.
So let's go ahead and have you roll. Do what you want to do. What would you like to do on your turn?
Have you roll or do whatever you want.
Yeah, if you want to just like lay down and take it, you can, I suppose.
Do a barrel roll.
Pass on the laying down and taking it.
That's
As fun as that sounds.
Try doing a barrel roll. I can't shake him.
just,
Peppy.
no. Peppy got replaced, didn't he?
I don't remember.
I thought Crystal replaced him in the later games because he retired.
The only one I know is
We know.
the only one I played was the 64 version.
Sorry, Peppy's
So
the
that
frog, right?
Yeah.
I think the hare retired. Slippy.
Slippy's
Slippy's the
Slippy
frog.
frog. Yeah,
Peppy's
Peppy's the
Yeah. And then there's Falco
Wow.
and
Fox.
Fox and Wolf.
Fox McCloud.
Wolf is enemy.
Mm-hmm.
So Fred will say, bolt, stabby, punchy, or spelly.
Would I know of a weakness?
We did fight him
Oh,
before.
punchy, for sure. That's my go-to for everything. But also, it's a robot. Break it apart.
Okay, well, I'll just use Thorn Piercer.
Okay.
Not doing what you said at all.
I turned Thornpiercer into a boxing glove.
Typical, yeah.
Well,
It's not the choir.
it's going to have more impact than just me punching it. I'm not you.
I'll punch it with the tip of my sword. How about that?
I think she meant lethal, non-lethal, or spells, which are a separate category from lethal and non-lethal.
Okay, I will use it as the
Robot noises.
Yep.
beep boop pop pop beep boop. What do I normally do?
These guys come around the corner.
Attack?
They look
As
like
a
the
rapier?
super.
Yeah, I think rapier or
droids.
short sword,
Well,
Exterminate.
the short sword does
yeah,
poison.
which
I was thinking
they're
Simon
constructs.
Says.
super battle
So
noise.
we'll do it as a
There's
rapier.
Cybermen.
Okay.
Delete.
You will
That
be upgraded.
is a 27 to hit.
27 will definitely hit. Go ahead and roll me that damage.
Oh, sorry, 26.
Never mind. No, I'm just kidding. Roll me
Okay.
damage. If I made a cleaning robot have a 27 AC.
I mean, I just want to make sure.
You have to deal
we're
with
being
lots
honest.
of caustic stuff.
That's true. Yeah.
So that's 13.
Okay. And then you have
Damage.
another attack.
Another attack. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Bleep, blop.
And that is for a 21
That'll hit.
for 12.
Yeah, that's enough. You basically just pierce right through this thing and then step out of the way as it like drops to the ground and basically loses all function. So you've taken care of that. What would you like to do? Would you like to engage with the other Warforged, or do
Are
you
they
want
in
to
the way of where we need to go?
Not really. There are other paths. You just kind of like ran into them. No, they don't sound like that at all.
Make robot noises, not dog noises.
So it's not that you have to engage with them in order to get past them. You can
Grace
you could skirt around them if you wanted to.
G2. So if she wants me, sorry, this is totally my little Grace.
Mm-hmm.
her robot name, she told me, is G2.
G2, just G2.
Yeah, and so she said if I ever want her to do a chore and she won't do it, I can like turn on G2 and G2 will do it.
Okay.
She'll be like, G2, go clean your room. Yes, Mom.
And you're like,
I'm like,
"Apparently,
okay,
got it."
I really like G2.
That's a great robot name, actually.
I think so.
You'd think there'd be a couple more letters or numbers, but G2 is just like, that's just classic.
I think
that's
so.
That's 70s classic, like robot.
sure.
Yeah.
The first model G1 didn't work out very well.
No, G1
It's
not great at
the
listening.
older sister. Or is Grace the older sister?
Operations A through G.
No,
have
Grace
failed.
is the original model.
Yeah, okay.
So G2 is
Uh-huh.
the improved
Yeah.
one.
Grace 1.
Wait, would that make you G1?
No, Grace is
Grace is the original
1.
model.
Oh, Grace
Herself
2.
is.
Okay.
So yeah, when we turn on G2, that's the robotic.
Got it. It's the upgrade. Yeah, I got you now. Sorry. I'm here.
Get an old
Yeah, no,
remote.
I'm T1.
You should get an old
obviously.
remote that makes
Like,
noises.
You're the robotics factory that created G2.
What can I say? Just pumping those babies out.
And I say, except
Little mechanical arms in there. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, we're moving on.
Yes, that's exactly how childbirth.
That's
Yep.
where babies come from.
Yep.
There
You
was no
3D
pain
print
involved
them.
Yes,
at all.
exactly. You're a human 3D printer.
Pretty cool.
So what would you guys like to do? Would you like to engage with these, or would you like to move on?
moms are just meat mechs. Babies are in.
That's true. The babies are in there, like Kang from Teenage
Krang.
Mutant Ninja Turtle. Krang. Sorry.
I literally was watching Secret Sleepover,
We almost
and,
recovered,
and Jacob
I just-
turned to Julia and said, "You are like Krang right now."
Yeah.
And then the chat was like, "Technically, the baby is Krang. She's
Yeah.
just the suit."
Yeah. I know a different path that will avoid these. I think we should take it.
We will leave it up to you.
Okay. I'll lead them down a different direction to where we need to go.
Alrighty. It's through the Jeffries tube, so obviously there's plenty of room. But it's
Jeffries tube.
Oh yeah, you've never been in a Jeffries tube before?
No.
They're all over the place.
They're all over the place. It's a Star Trek thing.
Okay.
Whenever they're like a maintenance
anytime they're in
hatch.
like a maintenance tunnel,
Yeah.
that's the Jeffries tube.
That's what they call them, is the
Oh
Jeffries
really?
tubes. Yeah.
Oh cool.
They were designed by Herman G. Jeffrey. What we guess.
They have
Jeffrey
yeah.
with the G.
No, those are the Geoffrey tubes. Those
Okay,
are
I just didn't know.
those are a different design that they didn't go with.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's a J. Yeah. Did you know there's also whales on starships? Of various varieties in Star Trek. Like the animal.
Really?
Yeah. There's a whole section dedicated to
Cetacean ops.
it's called Cetacean Ops, and it's
They do
basically
astronavigation and stuff.
that's how they navigate through space is
whales.
Is with whales. Yeah.
One of the ways they navigate.
One of the
They're
ways,
just really
yeah.
they're really good at navigation.
Doctor
Yep.
Who did that too. They stick a spear in its brain.
Oh, that was a sad episode. Yeah.
Well, that's the one they built a whole
The whole city.
city
on
on
its
its
back.
back.
That's true.
Yeah, so in the lower decks, which is like
Horses,
the
yeah.
cartoon kind of comedy version of Star Trek,
Yeah.
they have a pair of beluga whales that are wearing like Starfleet uniforms, and they sit in Cetacean Ops, and they can talk to the crew and everything because they have the translators. But for us, we just get the subtitles and them doing the clicking noises, and they literally navigate the ship. They send the navigation data. So. Yeah,
It's funny.
that's why there's a whole Star Trek movie where they have to go back in time and save whales.
Not really.
Yeah, basically.
Wow. More you know.
You have whales. They do stellar navigation. They also throw really crazy parties.
Yeah. But this ship doesn't have whales, but it does have Jeffries tube. So going back here, but it does have, as you like exit out of like one of the ventilation shafts. That's a better name for it. Sorry, we'll just call them ventilation
No,
shafts.
Jeffries tubes.
Okay, all right, solidified.
Because we were talking about making babies, so I'm thinking like fallopian tubes. So I'm just saying
They are
that's where my mind
Quick
goes.
to the ship's uterus. Let's go. Wait, this ain't Farscape.
The birthing portal.
The Balfrouth.
This entire ship is a weird mismatch in my head now. It's got
Different.
got some Moira in it. It's got some Star Trek. It's got a birthing
Farscape
canal.
reference. If you haven't ever watched it, they are on a living ship, and it actually gives birth in a couple episodes.
Yeah. It makes a shuttle that they can use.
Another smaller ship.
Yeah, another smaller ship, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, so you exit out of the Jeffrey's fallopian tubes, and you are actually it kind of took you around a little bit of a circuitous route, but you are at the Heart Forge, basically the Heart, the Wirewood creation area.
Well,
Sorry, whatever I call it before.
Well, is the door to it open or unlocked?
It is not open, but it is unlocked.
We'll go ahead and open it.
Okay. So you open it up and you see a bit of chaos. So the way that Wirewood works is there is a living tree that Quinn basically integrated into the ship at one point.
A wandering Wisterian willow.
It's not exactly a treant, but it does grow, like it grows material, and it's sort of like a symbiotic relationship between the ship and the crew that feed it. It's no longer quite that. It has the arcphage like running through its wood, basically.
The trunk.
And all of the... It actually evokes a little bit like the Steelwind oaks that are native to an area where it's got a little bit of like metallic, specifically to the
Victor
leaves.
would want
Yeah.
some of these leaves for sure.
And in fact, as you
Too
are...
bad he's dead.
Yes.
Never to be seen again.
No, not at this rate. So it and typically what happens is like if there's damage to the hull, the crew like sends a signal and it produces extra wood and they shave it down to what they need. Basically, that's how that works. Right now, the entire thing looks basically there's no leaves on it. All of the little like half metallic leaves that this tree produces are in fact swarming around the room in kind of razor sharp arcs, again evoking the Steelwind oaks that Victor uses. And as you are watching, it seems that you start to notice that it looks like they're chasing something. And then that something kind of gets closer, and you hear
It's snitch. If they get it, they win.
You hear a feminine scream as it goes by, and you see this very intricate dagger go, "Ah!" And then a bunch of these leaves like flowing after it and trying to like catch it. And then one of them like hits and stabs. It's like just a little like nick in the hilt of the dagger, and it kind of spirals a little bit before catching itself and moving off again.
Did you both see that?
Did we?
Just making sure I'm not going crazy here.
I was looking at Scott most of that, but yes, everybody saw it.
I saw it. I don't know that I understood it, but I
A screaming dagger. Where's Victor when you need him?
Again, dead. And if we ever bring him back to life, Lyra will kill him again.
How dare you die on me? I'm the only one that's supposed to kill you.
She's got a cleric on standby that she's paid. Like here is 100 diamonds. I am going to pay him back for doing this to me.
Is this normal
I
for
wouldn't be
spacefaring?
Yeah.
Or interdimensional travel?
Madam Dagger?
The dagger comes flying over and goes, Bolt?
Do I know this person?
You do not. Is that you?
Yes.
Help!
Well, I like to help people that ask for it. Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to fog cloud
Okay.
and try to basically give the dagger some cover.
Okay, yeah. So the leaves basically, as everything hits the cloud, you see the leaves kind of stop following and just kind of like start spiraling around everywhere, losing a little bit of track of where this dagger is, and it zips out towards you and kind of like slams into your chest, like flatwise, not. Yeah. Thanks for the help. Yeah.
This is for you, sir.
No, yeah, it slams it flatwise and it goes, close the door, close the door, close the door.
Yeah, I'll back up and close the door.
Okay, and then you hear ting, 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 the typical 100 bird beaks hitting the hitting the door as soon as it's closed. Oh, thank you so much. I thought I was a goner. Wait, you look different, Bolt.
Yes, I'll actually like gently.
Sorry, and it kind of like floats up. It's a very like it immediately evokes a dagger that was made by the Eight Rings.
Oh, okay.
It absolutely is like the same kind of style and material and everything, except for it's a little bit like brighter than like a lot of the 8 rings daggers that you've seen are kind of like a darker metal, but this one seems to be more like a bright pearl.
What you'd expect like an actual dagger to look like.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yes, I actually. This is not my original body. This is a secondary.
yes, and you are not my original bolt. I know that. And the dagger actually gives you a bow and says, it is great to see my mentor again, even if it is a different version of them.
Who are you?
Oh, I suppose you wouldn't know. I am Victoria Udanta.
Victoria?
Yes, that is correct.
Victoria Udanta.
Yes.
Like a Victor, but female.
I am a noble from Hasmonday. Not your Hasmonday, sorry. I guess some explanation is in order. I came here with a group of adventurers, not unlike yourselves, from another timeline, another reality, as it were.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh dear.
And we
Is
are...
there another me in another timeline?
I'm not sure. I've never met you before.
I'm an original.
Right.
The only one.
We've been
Fred
running...
just made a goal. There can be only
There can
one.
only be one.
This is going to be the Jet Li, the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Highlander.
Cue montage.
You gotta kill
Highlander.
all the other Freds in the multiverse.
They all get a disintegrate beam through the head.
Absorb their power, get stronger. Victoria.
Yes.
Oh.
That is,
Have you always been a dagger?
no, this is a fairly recent development. I used to be a beautiful Genasi woman.
Oh, did you die too?
In a way, I was dying, and this was the only way to save me from the phage that was corrupting me at the time.
Phage, like the Archphage that's here.
Yes. We followed. Well, we didn't follow it here. It followed us here. It was always here, and it reacted when we got here. I'm not exactly certain. That's Ursa's section. She knows more about that than I do.
Wait, Ursa,
Yes,
Erza.
Ursa.
a half orc.
Yeah, half elf, half orc. Yes.
I think we've met her before.
Briefly. Yes, she did say that she had made contact with the Wayward Watch of this reality. Weird name, by the way, but who am I to complain?
Oh, I'm sorry. What's the name of your band of brethren?
We didn't give ourselves the name. We thought it was tacky.
Well, I joined the group after the fact. To be
Oh, yeah,
clear.
of course. I mostly blame Bolt and Victor in this
No, I
reality.
need to make it clear that I'm here on contract only.
I don't even know who you are. Hello.
I'm not one of these.
This is Locke.
Locke, nice to meet you.
And I am Winifred, Dragon's Bane the first
Dragons.
and only.
Oh, Dragonbane is not really... It's a very common name where I'm from. Plenty of dragons to kill, mostly.
Well, up until recently, we didn't even know that dragons existed. We're not in
Right,
there.
sorry. I always forget that this place is a lot more different than just you're not a robot. Construct, whatever you call yourself.
A person.
Yes. Sorry, that is a discussion that my Bolt has had with me many times. It has never
So
stuck
you
and it
are
never
a
will.
person.
Do you have
didn't
a
think
mouth
so?
hole? That is how you tell a person is by their mouth hole, right?
Yes.
It's just complete opposite. Anyway, sorry, this is a bad conversation to have.
Why were you being chased by?
The phage is after us because we are escapees.
You keep saying us. Who do you mean?
Oh, the others. I got separated when we got on the ship. I believe Erza was trying to head up to the top deck to find whoever was in command, and
That would be Quinn.
and then the other one. Let's see, where is Thulian? Where's Thulian? I believe he went to the engine room.
Thulian?
Thulian Crawl.
Yes, Thulian Crawl. Do you have one? Has he gone too? Is he?
He's dead.
Oh,
We killed him. I believe we did, right?
yes,
Yeah,
you did.
we
You
did.
did kill him. Okay.
He was evil.
Thulian evil. Your reality is interesting. Yes, he is. He's in the engine room. Our Thulian is very good. Do not kill him, please.
Okay.
Especially you, Winifred. I have a feeling that is something you might struggle with, is learning to kill somebody or not.
Lyrian is gonna pull out his soul thing and see if it points towards her at all.
So it does seem to like flicker that direction. It's still pointing mostly towards it, but every now and then like it kind of like flips a little bit, almost like something weird is happening here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you're tracking Victor's soul.
Anyway,
Your compass has the male symbol, and then all of a sudden a female symbol just zoop, pops into place and like points at her.
I love it. Sorry, puppy. But yes, if the three of us came here trying to find the source of the Archphage, we tracked it here, and then it attacked us. So,
Well, we are attempting to shut it down, and any assistance would be great.
as far as we know, like the engine is where the source of it is. That's where it's growing from. We're hopeful that if Thulian was supposed to try and take it out, but that stuff is really hard to destroy.
Yes,
as we have.
and if it has reached the engine of the Queen's Gambit, we may be too late.
We should hope not. Then we should head that way.
Yes.
Perfect.
Very well.
Honestly, I've never met a Thulian I didn't like.
Oh, there are a few. I mean, I've met a few like other Thulians.
It's not a super common name.
Yeah.
But it's
Now, earlier you were talking about talking with your cutlery. I feel like this was
that's
foreshadowing
Fred's
before.
cutlery.
Mine. My army.
I've heard you talk to them, but I've never heard them speak back.
I mean,
Oh,
you can talk to
yes.
anything.
Forgive me.
It doesn't always respond.
Anyhow.
I talk to the Wayward Wanderer all the time. Come on,
Right.
baby, hold together.
This conversation is taking place as we're moving on.
Yes, as we're going towards the
Okay.
and obviously like not being try not to be loud. So
Yeah.
Tell me, can you bleed?
In this form, no. I can make people bleed though if you really want to try it.
Wait. In this form you say, oh, you're right.
I used to
have...
I used to have a body, but
well, maybe once this is all over, I'm actually in. I think it isn't the. Did I pick skin color's blue, right?
yeah,
From the Magian.
yeah,
right?
the Magian that was created.
Well, we actually know someone that can create bodies. She helped me into this one, transferred my soul into it, or spark, or life, or whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. Perhaps we can.
We've been
Get one for
needing
you.
a Victor replacement anyway.
What happened to your Victor?
He died.
You let your Victor die?
No, his fiance killed him.
But it wasn't
The
really his
deck like
fault.
sits there for a moment, and it leans in and goes, "Who is he marrying?"
Her name is Lyra.
Don't know her. Or him.
Maybe from where you're from, it's like Illyrian or something.
I wouldn't know. What is there like a defining feature or anything
Probably
like
not
that?
Illyrian.
Eyes of Amber
No.
from Eight Rings.
That
Very
doesn't ring a bell.
sassy.
Definitely.
But it wasn't
not.
actually her. It was actually a
Not
doppelganger.
Illyrian.
It was
Right, of course.
Definitely not Illyrian.
Yeah. Wouldn't be Illyria. I mean, to be fair, nobody really exists from my reality anymore. It's
what happened?
maybe about 1,000 of us managed to escape after the Archphage basically took over the entire world.
And you brought it here.
Oh, we didn't bring it here. It came back from somewhere else, and we tracked it back here.
Well,
In fact, we tracked it back to this ship.
To this ship.
Yes.
Interesting. So it seems Quinn is the one who brought it here.
yeah, probably.
If he wasn't so darn handsome, I'd be annoyed.
Well,
That's not the first time I've heard that. I've heard it many times, actually.
Really?
well, hopefully he's not too handsome, because I really much wish to kill him if he is responsible.
Oh, good.
Well, I hope you don't. I'm sure it wasn't on purpose.
Well,
Well, most of
That-
it
And
does.
you're worried about me killing people. Now that is laughable.
There's a difference between randomly killing somebody and killing them because they destroyed your entire reality, killed your family and friends, and basically left you trapped in a dagger party.
I mean, that seems like the same thing to me, but...
Agree to disagree, I suppose. Anyway...
Well, we can stab that bridge when we come to it. Let's try to stop the Archphage here.
Of course. To the engine room, then?
Yeah, we're still continuing.
Yeah,
on.
we're still yes, we're traveling there currently.
Yeah.
Through the...
These Jeffries tubes are really roomy, by the way.
They are. They've grown since the last session.
As far as the body goes, I honestly haven't thought about it. We haven't had any time to really consider my next step. I've enjoyed being a living dagger for a little while, but I suppose
perhaps you can still be the living dagger and have the body be your weapon, I guess.
Sorry, I'm just imagining an 8 rings dagger that's got humans flying around. It controls like physical bodies. It's like a necromancer.
I meant more like she controls the body, but she's still in the dagger.
Yeah.
I'm imagining
something we could figure out.
Like little body glove, like what's his name, the roach from Men in Black. Just that kind of skin. Just
Perhaps I can wear a Quinn suit.
Yes, it's like an egg or something.
Like you said, we'll stab that bridge when we get to it. I really like that phrase, by the way.
You can use it anytime you want.
I will. It fits my.
I think I've heard Victor say it, but he also says he's going to stab anything that he gets frustrated with.
Of course. Sorry, Bolt. I know this may be inappropriate considering you're not my Bolt, but it is really good to hear your voice again.
So your Bolt died.
Yes, he was my mentor for many years, and I miss him dearly.
Well, I'm sorry that he is gone.
Yes, me too. But he saved many lives with his death, which is a small comfort, I suppose.
It's a good way to go out, I think.
Anyway, we should continue on.
Yes. So, how far to the engine room?
It's not too far. Like, obviously, like the ship is pretty big, but the ship that you guys have been noticing is a lot bigger on the inside than it ought to be. The rooms definitely take up more space.
Big enough to hold a whole tree.
Yeah, so. Like it definitely is like this should take up the entire of the ship. Yeah, but it's basically just
there's both wells and whales.
And whales, yes.
There's also a small place called Wales. It's like a recreation of from England
of a town that.
But it's just like a table like this big. It's got some.
It's a miniature village.
It's just miniature.
It's the miniature village from Hot Fuzz, but it's Wales.
And there's Wales.
It doesn't. So while the ship is bigger, the Jeffries tubes, because sometimes maintenance crews need to get around quickly. The Jeffries tubes are fast travel between there. Basically, they are normal space between.
So, like if we were walking in the
spaces.
hallways, it would take longer.
It would take longer, and that's more for like casual jaunts and discussions. But these are for like we need to get to the engine room in like a minute.
They take the distance and like
it's almost like wormholing it, but not quite.
You look down the tube and it does the whole
the tesseract.
You know, in movies when they do like but like it's like the stretch.
Oh yeah,
but but it's not actually stretching out. They're getting closer to it. Yeah,
yeah.
It's can be headache inducing if you're not used to it.
I don't have a head, so it's fine for me.
It could be hilt ache inducing.
Yeah. So as you're traveling, Victoria does give you like a brief rundown of her reality as you ask questions. Basically, her group pretty much consisted of the people that you remember. Except for they're a bit.
We probably don't have that much time to talk about it, though.
I mean, you got a couple minutes. That she gives you a brief rundown. Let's see here. What was it?
If you would like to,
yes. If you would like to look at these, there is a set of short stories that I wrote that kind of describes what has happened here. That is the wrong thing. Hang on. Apparently, I don't know where I put it.
Have you guys read it?
Which one? That's all right.
The short story that Cory put out.
Yeah. The two. They're technically the two. Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah. So
I don't remember which one.
It is. It's like the alternate reality.
Oh yes.
One. Yeah. So the team there. Oh, they did have a name. Victoria's acting like they didn't, but they did have a name. They were
She
called
just
the
didn't like
Wanton Warriors. The Wanton Warriors.
No.
The Wanton
She was
Warriors.
Yeah, sorry, not Wanton, but yeah, Wanton Warriors.
I didn't like that name, so I'm ashamed of
Yeah, she's just like,
I was always hungry.
nobody's really around to dispute me by saying that we didn't come up with a name,
Hers
so now
will
I
say
get to
it
make the
otherwise.
rules.
They
Yeah.
didn't choose her name that she had.
Yeah, it definitely was I'm
She's
bitter
very
that they
bitter
didn't-
about it.
Yeah, they didn't call us the Hasmondaean collision or something. I don't know. But it consists. She basically says that it consisted of Erza, the lightning sorceress,
which we met on the greatest treasure.
Yeah, as you
When
guys
we
were
fighting
heading
those,
to
like, air elementals.
Yeah,
or
from
whatever.
Archdom to Meadstead, she appeared briefly and then disappeared and left a couple like time elementals behind that you guys had to fight.
She
And
had
then-
the time
Yeah, and
gauntlet or glove.
yeah, she had like actually
you're
the time
thinking
limit
of-
is
That's
Ezra's
sister.
sister. Yeah,
Oh,
which is different.
okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
And that's gone or out of power because she used it to like the last charge to like reset or whatever.
Yeah, she was resetting a lot. But basically, she said that she's like, I'll explain things later. I'm glad that I found the universe with two Ezras, right? Basically, right? Then she said that, of course, there was her, Victoria. There was Dan Sarah, the handsome elf from the Summer Court and a paladin of the Stag. There was Voja, who was a half-elf hag raised by the Baba Yaga. And then there was Bolt, who fell into Hasmondae and basically started serving as her family's
but didn't destroy it this time.
seneschal. No, yeah, no. Your ship was destroyed, and
And this
you
Bolt
fell
was
in.
a monk, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah, he was a monk. Hmm. And then of course,
I think
Thulian.
you'd really like it.
It's fun.
Fred's alternate
Yeah.
character is good in it, and so's the hag Voja.
But,
Really good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there is actually an alternate Fred in there. It's just that Victoria's never met her. I don't think that Victoria ever met her in the context, but yeah. So
I'm excited. I'll have to go read it.
and you should too. But that's neither here nor there. That's not pertinent to the information that you need here. She does give you a brief description. Basically, her group ran into Urza's mother, Galena. After they were basically rushing in to kill her and take out the infinite sight that she was ruling. And they found her infected with the Archphage when they arrived. They didn't find her. They found her weakened when they arrived there, as if she'd been fighting something. They killed her. The mountain collapsed. That fortress that she was staying in collapsed. And they left, but they didn't realize that they had left something else behind from when she basically came through the portal that she came into weakened. And that was the Archphage. So she got infected, and then she proceeded to spread out and infect the rest of the world until there was pretty much nothing left, and they had to abandon it to another realm. And they've been hopping from realm to realm ever since because the Phage keeps following them. And so they decided they needed to track it down, and that's what led them here. So she tells you this just kind of quick overview. Victoria is very talkative. She's very much like, I'm so glad to have people to actually converse with that aren't just the same two people that I've told all of my stories to at this point. And very much not Victor. Victor is, he can talk, but he's very stoic typically. Yeah. And you pop out of the tubes in the engine room. There's basically like a hatch in there, and you can see that there is in fact all of this phage that is basically curling up around this. It's a weird lattice work of metal that is already in place that the phage is surrounding, and then there is a ball of blue plasma flame, whatever you want to call it. Like, it looks like you're looking at a miniature sun, basically. Yeah. And standing in front of it is this sort of pot-bellied construct about 12 feet tall. You can see that there's like this roiling mass of like fire inside his stomach, sort of like he's a living furnace. And there is also a small little, like, almost look like an egg, about human size, small compared to him, I suppose, that looks to be made out of like magma and rock. And Victoria goes, that's probably Thulian.
The construct.
The egg inside. He probably is using that to escape whatever horrible fate that thing has for him.
Oh. So we need to get him out.
Yes, I would think so.
Okay, and I'll, equip the shield and...
Okay.
All right, let's do this.
All right. So as you guys get ready to rush out at this forge thing, I think we're going to call it there for this evening. There's some very exciting stuff going on. Again, if you want to check out some extra background, feel free to read those short stories. We'll post them in the description, and then you can come on back here for the next episode where we find out what exactly the hell is going on here. Scott, it's your character's backstory. What'd you do?
Timber.
But thank you everybody. Thank you everybody for joining us. If you don't have inspiration, guys, give yourselves inspiration. That was a really fun night. Sorry, it was a bit shorter than average. I just kind of felt like we shouldn't get into a combat at this late in the evening. So we'll go ahead and do that next time.
Stuff.
Yeah. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. Join our Patreon if you want. Thank you, Syrinscape, and we'll see you soon. Don't get infected.
Bye.
Think so.
That's just general good advice, I think, right? Yeah.
It depends.
But if you do, try to contract another infection to fight the infection.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.